Harry, this is Lord Potato, and this is what if Luffy had ate 2 devil fruits. Now, I did do this part 1, like 3 hours ago, and it did take me like somewhat 3 hours. Not really 3 hours, but I got too lazy, and yeah, okay. I came back from wherever the hell I went with my parents or whatever. But whatever, not the point. This is, well, this is the part 2 of the other half. So let me just not do a recap because you probably already know what happened. But I'm gonna do it anyway, but just a short one. Luffy has ate the Kito no Mi, basically meaning the Kisumi devil fruit. He has only a one tail. I will mention how he gets other tails, but yeah, he also shot fire from his mouth because Kisumis can actually do that. Now, of course, the sensory and other things are very enhanced with the devil fruit. And also the 2 devil fruits that Luffy's gonna get are mythical types, since the creatures are also mythical types. But yes, now, we begin. Luffy is just there in 2 weeks, kinda just chilling. Of course, like, also like, not really talking to his little friend. He can actually understand his, like, what's it called, companion. The little fox and all that. The little greenish, bluish fox and all that. But yeah, Luffy. Okay, so Luffy is just like somewhat understanding what the little fox is saying, and of course Luffy can understand this because of the Kitsune devil fruit. It allows him to actually only talk to foxes, nothing, no other animal. Okay, because it's well, Kitsune means demon fox, and this fox is just a normal fox, or is it? Nah, I'm just kidding. Yeah, so, of course, Luffy is just talking to this fox and all that. And, of course, the fox doesn't really have a name, so Luffy name it Kit. He doesn't really have a very good name of it, so he just call it Kit. And, of course, the fox is happy, and yeah. Now, of course, we go into Luffy about 2 days after naming his friend Kit. Kit the fox. He doesn't even know what a fox is, but for some reason that name came up to his head. But whatever. Luffy just walks around, and of course he hears like this somewhat, what's it called? He hears like a bunch of like, what's it called? A bunch of rumbling and all that. And of course it's just some gorillas like fighting and all that. Like against some monkeys. Yes, there's monkeys in this forest. Now, of course, this is where one monkey dropped a fruit on Luffy's head. And Luffy says, ugh. And the fox was somewhat on Luffy's like arm, so that's why he didn't get hit, but Luffy did. And Luffy says, ugh, what the hell? Ugh. He looks at the fruit and says, ooh, more food. Bleh, no, bleh. Let me say it again. He said, ooh, more food. No, bleh, ugh. Oh, the hell does it taste terrible? Bleh. Now, of course, Luffy is not in his transformation of what's called the Kid form. This fruit that he just ate is, well, called the... So, I'm gonna just call this devil fruit. I didn't say it was a monk. No, this fruit is called a Saro no Mi. Basically mean monkey devil fruit. Or also known as Sun Wukong devil fruit. Yes. Luffy is gonna be able to transform into that of, well, Sun Wukong. No, I'm not talking about, like, what's called Morty Jim from God of High School. That's gonna be another what if I'm actually gonna do. But, I mean, like, the actual Sun Wukong from the whole Legends of Mythical, the mythical thing. Where he... If you don't know what really Sun Wukong is that much, basically, I'm not talking about the anime, but the actual legend story and all that, where he kind of rebelled against what's called heaven, and he got sealed away for like however many fucking years. But yeah, not the point. So Luffy ate it, and of course he grew a monkey tail. He was like, "What the hell?" And of course, this is where a gorilla appears and tried to punch at Luffy. And of course, the monkeys did kind of stand. Well, kind of how should I say? No. Let me say this again. Sorry, I keep burping. I couldn't think. But Luffy grew a tail, and he was wondering what the fuck happened. The fox seems kind of bothered with Luffy kind of getting a smell like a monkey. It was weird for him. But yeah, of course, this is where Luffy sees the monkeys who are running away from the gorillas and all that, and the gorilla was about to just punch one of the monkeys. Where Luffy like for some reason just had the reaction to just help the monkeys. So he kind of runs so fast as well, trying to protect the monkey and all that. And the monkey was about to get punched until Luffy got there and kicked the gorilla in the face, knocking him into a couple of trees. And this is where the other gorillas are just roaring at Luffy. And this is where the monkeys go, ooh, ooh, ooh. Okay, that probably was a terrible expression of a fucking monkey. But yeah. Luffy is just like, are you okay? This is where the monkey decides to speak proper English. Because you see here, Luffy now understands monkeys and foxes. So of course this monkey says, thank you. Are you a monkey human? Luffy says, I might have ate some weird banana thing you dropped. And the monkey says, huh? What banana? Oh. Wait, you ate the banana? Yeah, I kinda got hungry. Leave me alone, Luffy said. The monkey says, whatever. I'll get more bananas later. But thank you for helping me out with the gorillas. The gorillas roar and says, well, Luffy can understand certain types of monkeys. So for the gorillas, he can kind of understand what the hell they're saying. The gorilla says, you bastard monkey! Dare get in my way? You smell death of a fox. Urgh. And rushes at Luffy. Luffy, like, dodges the monkey. Like, he dodges a punch, like, going down and all that. And Luffy decides to upper kick and hit the gorilla in the chin, knocking him into the air. And of course, when the gorilla went down, Luffy back kicked him back into where the gorillas are at. And the gorillas are right now just like hitting their chest until they get hit by their own gorilla that attacked Luffy. Now, of course, the gorillas are seeing that Luffy is a kid, but at the same time whooping their asses. They're like, oh, you think you can defeat us? Luffy says, of course I can defeat you, I think so. Whatever. This is where Luffy rushes at the gorillas. And of course the gorilla tried to punch at Luffy. Luffy managed to dodge with one of the punches. Another one tries to grab Luffy from the tail and all that. Luffy managed to dodge and kick one of them. Now, of course, how's Luffy kind of doing this? How's Luffy, doing some martial artist stuff? Well, if you don't know, Sun Wukong is, a master of martial arts and a master of weapons. When I was reading about his abilities, he's a master in a lot of things. He's also gifted of being, crafty, very crafty. A mastery of stealthy. So, yeah. Or stealing, whatever. So, Luffy is right now pretty good at martial arts because, that was a mythical type creature he has. Now 8 and all that, blah, 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 Delphi. He's kicking left, right, down, up, axe kick, what's it called? Knee to one of the stomachs. Now, of course, Luffy's strength is that of, Sun Wukong. But he's not fully in the transformation of Sun Wukong. He's only having a monkey tail kind of rebel, just wiggling around his back. Now, of course, Luffy, when he managed to dodge one of the, attacks from a gorilla, this is where Luffy, for some reason, he was on the ground. And this is where Luffy activated an ability. Now, Sun Wukong has magic and all that. And, same with the Kitsune, since they both have magic. I'm gonna just use him as the ability, okay? So, of course, the Kitsune has fire, magic. And I think had other magics and all that. But I remember Sun Wukong having more, infinity magics or something like that. So, what Luffy had the instinct is just to look up in the sky and say, I don't remember the name of the cloud name, but just say the name and strike lightning down the gorilla. Gorilla is now knocked the fuck out. The other gorillas grab that gorilla and run. Because they never seen a fucking monkey or person or whatever the hell that thing is shoot lightning from the sky. Okay, so of course Luffy summoned lightning. Of course he helped the monkeys. And of course his fox was not in his hand. He kind of put the fox next to the monkeys and all that. And of course after defeating the gorillas, the monkeys are happy. they are happy and all that. And of course, this is where, well, okay. So of course, after Luffy kind of defeating all the gorillas and all that, or mostly one big one and all that, and also the smaller ones, this is where Luffy kind of just, after defeating all them, the monkeys and, well, the fox that was with Luffy, all celebrated, and of course the monkeys got more bananas. So of course after that they are all celebrating, and of course Luffy is just hanging out with the monkeys and his fox that he has, a fox companion. This is where the monkeys are very grateful for Luffy, and Luffy decides to actually train the monkeys for some reason. He just had this feeling just to train the monkeys so they can become stronger. So all of them are very happy, and they do train for about a week and all that. Now, of course, Gramps would have like decided to come, but of course he kind of got bothered with like his marine stuff, so he will come later. Now, Luffy, he trained the monkeys and all that somehow, and of course they became really good martial artists. Not the best, but he did train a personal one. The first one he kind of talked to. The first one, his name is Sanjo the monkey. And Sanjo is, well, the leader of the monkeys for right now, since Luffy is somewhat considered a monkey, but also a fox. They don't really understand, and Luffy doesn't understand either. So, of course, Sanjo is, well, the one to just help the monkeys and become stronger. Because Luffy, he is now looking the way out of the forest. Of course, the monkeys are grateful for Luffy, and this is where Sanjo decides to ask Luffy if he can come with him. And of course, Luffy says, sure, why not? So of course, Sanjo decides to follow Luffy, and the other monkeys are still very grateful. And so they, well, not Sanjo. What am I talking about? Sanjo, no, not Sanjo. He has a son named Sanhe. So Sanhe is going to be the one to go with Luffy. Sanhe is being the younger son of, well, Sanjay. And of course, with that happening, Luffy just has Sanhe and the Kit the fox. So of course Luffy is trying to find a way out of the freaking forest until he managed to find it, and this is where Gramps is at. So Gramps says, hello there, Luffy. Also, why the hell do you have a fox and a monkey? That's where Luffy says, none of your business, and bye. Luffy goes to the nearest town, and of course this is where he meets Shanks and the others. So of course, Shanks has seen the monkey and the fox, and is kind of amazed with the kid already having two companions. And of course, this is where Shanks says, oh, hey kid. Now, Shanks is still a good person here and all that. And of course, he says, oh, hey kid, how you doing? This is where Luffy says, hello, Mr. Red Hair Guy. And this is where Shanks says, my name is Shanks, what is your name? Luffy says, Monkey D. Luffy, since he does know about his name and all that. Now, of course, Luffy did kind of become smarter, because, you know, over time, you do kind of, well, foxes age and all that, with the Kisuni's age, and they become wiser and smarter, so Luffy does know about his name. Now, of course, after knowing about that, Shanks is just talking to him and all that. Now, of course, Luffy there came to the bar every time, just to talk to Shanks and about his, like, pirate story and all that, because Luffy is very interested in the pirate thing. And of course, this is where Luffy decides to stab himself to still at the same time, to show he was serious about becoming, well, a pirate and all that. So Luffy still has that mark in his eye and all that. So of course, but you would ask, well, isn't the Kit no Mi or the Sora no Mi gonna heal it? Yes, but Luffy is not wanting to heal his, what's it called? Well, I mean, it will regenerate, but not that fast. Luffy did kind of, how should I say, does not want it to regenerate really fast. So yeah, he just, what's it called? Let me say that again. So the two devil fruits, since they are mythical creatures, they will heal Luffy and all that. But of course, it still just leaves the mark there. So yeah. So of course, that would still happen, the mark and all that, the scar and all that. And of course, Shanks is impressed and all that. So Shanks talks about that, yada yada. And this is where the bandit still happens. And this is where Luffy sees the Gumma Gumma no Mi. Now, Luffy is not going to eat the Gumma Gumma no Mi. But, yeah. Now, Luffy just ignores the Gumma Gumma no Mi. And of course, this is where the bandit still attacks and all that. And this is where Luffy gets mad at the bandits and tries to fight against the bandits. This is where Shanks runs out and sees what happened to Luffy. Well, let me explain what happened to the bandits. Cause Luffy in this one, he ain't a weak little kid. In this one, he has the instance in fighting like a martial artist master. So of course he kneeled one of the bandits and then kicked one of them in the head, knocking them out. And of course jumps backwards and kind of just karate chop one in the back. And of course, it's just easily beating out the bandits. Now, of course, they're trying to use swords. And this is where Sanche and what's called Kit are right now fighting against the bandits and all that. Kit just bites on like half of the bandits. And of course, Sanche uses some of his martial arts that Luffy has trained him and all that. So, of course, he easily knocks him out. And of course, this is where the leader says, You monster! This is where Luffy transform into his Kit form. His Kitsune form. This is where he has one tail, and this is where the person says, "What the?" Boom! He gets knocked out into a couple buildings, and of course, if he gets out of transformation. And of course, this is where Sanche and right now Kid are just right next to Luffy, and Luffy says, "What do you think happened, guys?" And they says, "We defeated them, yeah!" So both Kit and Sanhe are just like cheering and all that, and Luffy is also cheering and all that. Yeah! So, what's it called? This is where Shanks is impressed with the kid and all that. And Shanks says, "Well, kid, you're very impressive." So Shanks is not gonna lose his arm, okay? That is not gonna happen. Because Luffy in this one, he decides to whoop ass. So, Luffy, he is, kind of sad when Shanks is leaving, and this is where Shanks decides to give him the hat. Still the same thing. And Luffy is saying, "I will become the Pirate King and definitely see you again." And this is where Sanche and also Kit are very grateful for Shanks and all. And Shanks is gonna say, "Bye Kit, bye Sanche, and bye Luffy." And of course they're all kind of waving. Except for the fox, he's kind of just throwing his paw in the air and all that. And of course the monkey's waving with his like hand and all that. And this is where Luffy is also waving bye. And this is where Gramps appears and says, "Okay, Luffy, we're leaving." And Luffy says, "Wait, what?" Drags him towards what they call the bandits place. Now the bandits are, of course, will go all the same. But of course, this is where Luffy goes and follow Ace. Now, of course, the monkey and the fox are following Luffy to get to Ace. Now, of course, this is where Shanks, tries to throw Luffy into what's called multiple traps, but Luffy managed to break through them and easily gets out of the way. So yeah. So of course, this is where Luffy, he is trying to get to Ace, and of course, after trying to find Ace, and managed to find where Ace is at, that's where the fox and Luffy and the monkey are all next to each other, tied up because of meeting Sabo and Ace. So of course, after doing that, this is where Luffy says, "Can you please not tie me?" So of course, this is where the pirates still come, and Sabo and Ace manage to escape and all. And of course, Luffy is being taken. Of course, the two animals are also taken, but of course are kind of put into cages. Of course, Sanche and Kid manage to break out and help Luffy get out of the rope and all that. And when Luffy's out of the rope, he goes into his fox form and punches all of them out. Now, of course, this is where Ace and Sabo gets there and tries to save Luffy, but Luffy is right now just sitting on the big guy and just talking to his friends. His fox friends, or I mean, not fox friends, his animal friends. So yeah. So when Luffy is right now just sitting on the big guy, and of course is where Sabo and Ace are wondering how Luffy done this. Of course, after seeing Luffy's okay, what his animals are okay, this is where we're doing a time skip, and of course this is where Ace, Sabo, and Luffy and his animals have caused trouble around the whole town. Mostly into the richer part of the town. This is where they still meet Sabo's father, and Sabo still tries to make the blue what's called Gemini pirates capture Sabo and Ace and Luffy. This is where instead of Luffy being after capture and being useless and all that, and seeing Sabo being taken, this is where Luffy gets into his Kitsune form. Now, of course, he's enraged seeing his, like, well, somewhat brother and all that. Because, yes, they still made the oath and them being brothers and all that. Being captured. Luffy goes into a two tails. Instead of just one tails, two tails appear. And Luffy's speed and strength has increased. He easily broke through, well, kind of just the two pirates that kind of had Luffy tied up and all that. Broke through the rope and grabbed two of the pirates and throw them out of the way. Rushes at Sobo and his father. He grabs Sobo's father and threw him towards the leader of the pirates, knocking them all out. Knocking them both out. This is where Luffy appears and already kicks the other pirates and knocking them, well, out or either killing them. Now, of course, where Sabo sees, well, Sabo and Ace says, Luffy, are you okay? Of course, the fox and monkey, they're kind of fight and all that. But yeah, that's where Luffy says, yeah, I'm fine, I think so. But of course, after that happening, this is where, well, the bandits managed to get there and fight against the pirates and all that. And yeah, now of course, Sabo is still with what's called the bandits and all that. And yeah, now this is where I'm gonna say something. Instead of Sabo like still going to sea or anything, this is where I'm gonna actually change it a little bit. Sabo's actually gonna stay with the bandits and all that. So Sabo's father is really not gonna try to attack, well, what's called Sabo anymore, cause Sabo's dad actually died when he collided with the what's called leader pretty hard. Luffy threw his ass so fast. So yeah, Sabo is right now with what they call the bandits, and also well Luffy and Ace. So of course Sabo did kind of grow up with what's called Ace and Luffy and all that. And of course, this is where they all train together. And of course, Luffy has shown his Devil Fruit how to go into a fox and all that. And of course, he does have two tails after that whole fight. Now, of course, he has two tails and has been training with Sabo and Ace for a while until Sabo decides to leave first. And then Ace. And then what's it called, Luffy. So Luffy, after seeing his two brothers leave, he is now turned 17 and is now going into the sea. So yeah, this is where I'm actually going to leave it off. Have a nice potato day, potato nut, potato seed, potato, potato. The reason why it's kind of short is, well, my ear decided to clog up again for somehow reason or whatever bullshit reason. But yeah, I can't really hear from that ear and it's kind of getting annoying. But yeah, I'm going to go figure out how to do that. But yeah, have a nice potato day, potato nut, potato seed, potato, potato, and potato.